Hi, this is Christine at Christine's Craft Table. What you will see on these slides is the journey to completion of the Bag O' Day Peaceful Lullaby Baby Blanket number 571, with some modifications I'll explain. I'd like to tell you the story of how this project came to be. It started one day when I noticed a post on Bag O' Day's Facebook group. So, the post I saw was by a longtime friend who had recently begun to crochet. She was struggling a bit with the starting row of one of Bag O' Day's baby blanket patterns and asking for some help. I hadn't worked this pattern before, but wanting to help my friend, I went ahead and took a look. Thankfully, I also had a copy of the written pattern for this blanket from Bag O' Day's Etsy shop. So I worked up the first row and posted a response on Facebook in an effort to help my friend. Turns out, just working that first row, I really liked the pattern. It was very pretty, and as a bonus, it was a 1-row repeat after row 2. So having everything I needed, Crystal's video tutorial, the written pattern, and lots of blue yarn I was trying to find a project for, I decided to keep going. But I didn't have enough blue yarn for the whole blanket. So I shot my stash and I came up with the 4 colors that you see. All of it was Red Heart Super Saver in the colors Bluebell, Dark Gray Heather, Charcoal, and White. Then I pulled up a blank worksheet and I mapped out the color pattern I thought would work with the yarn amounts that I had on hand. While a 1-row repeat is very lovely for its simplicity, it can get a little boring, so switching colors helped me to alleviate any boredom. I used a stitch marker in the first and last stitch of the rows as I worked them to help me stay on track with stitch counts. I was progressing along at a steady pace for a while, and then temptation struck to start other, more exciting projects. And this little blanket began to languish in its bag, untouched for weeks, and then months. I'd only gotten to about 30 or 40% complete when I stopped working on it altogether. No specific reason other than there were just more exciting things with shorter turnaround times to work on. I never contemplated frogging it because I really like the colorway and the pattern. It just never got to the front of the to-do list. That's where another friend came to the rescue. By the way, my old friend did complete her own baby blanket. So, as many of you know, April 2024 was a big month for Bag O' Day Crochet because she reached her longtime goal of 1 million subscribers. And so many of us have benefited from her teaching and presence on YouTube and wanted to celebrate her success. Enter Jax at Creations by Jax, who came up with the lovely idea of the month of Bod, in which she challenged us to work up one of Bag O' Day's patterns or to pick up a whip of a Bag O' Day pattern and finish it this month. Aha, I said, here is my motivation, because I am so happy for Crystal. I would love to honor her by finishing this pattern of hers. And because I really would love to finish this blanket. So this poor little neglected project was pushed to the front of the line. I had no choice but to put down all of the other more exciting whips I had going and focus on this. And I couldn't procrastinate anymore because for me, I can only get through a blanket like this if I do a little bit every day. I can't stay on such a simple pattern for hours at a time. I just get tired. So that's what I did, and lo and behold, in exchange for my short but consistent sessions, progress was made, finally. And we now have here a beautiful squishy blanket for my newest great nephew. I will give it a wash and mail it off very soon. Thank you, Jax, for that final push. Thank you, Crystal, for a beautiful pattern. And thank you, my friend Donna, for starting me out on this sweet little blanket. Now, for some of you, that may have been way too much information, but I hope not. Sometimes the process of reaching a goal is just as memorable as the prize at the finish line. I forgot to mention that I used a camel stitch border instead of the frillier border that Crystal used, since the blanket was for a boy. Final specs on the blanket are it is 38 by 38 inches. I used a total of 1,325 yards of 4-weight 100% acrylic yarn with a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. And it took me just under 6 months to complete. Thanks.